Hi, and welcome to History's a Blast. It's time for one of our infrequent product reviews. This time I want to talk to you about our 12-volt compressor refrigerator that we've had for about 5 years now. So stick around. We use it for going on long trips to keep things cold in the truck. We use it as overflow for our Dometic refrigerator and our GeoPro 19FD. And we also use it in that essential 24-hour startup period at the beginning of every camping trip that it takes for the Dometic to get up to, or to get down to the proper temperature before you can safely put milk and things like that in there. So I just want to give you an unscientific overview of our experience with the AlpiCool. Now, we purchased our portable refrigerator for a 2-week truck tent camping trip out west. And there's a link to that tent review in the link description below. And one of the key criteria for this portable refrigerator was that it needed to fit in the back seat of our crew cab, because we didn't want to have to deal with unpacking it and repacking it every time we set up and tore down camp with all the other gear we were carrying. And we still carry it there even when we're towing Merriweather, or even just on long trips out of town, for ease of access to sandwich fix-ins and cold beverages and so on. We chose the AlpiCool C20 model after watching a thorough review and performance test by YouTuber Slim Potatohead, and there's a link to that video in the description below as well. So let me show you our AlpiCool C20. We use a couple leveling blocks to keep Alpi from direct contact with the ground. And in rainy, windy weather, when we have to retract the awning, we keep Alpi tucked underneath there. And there's just room behind the stairs in front of the spare tire for Alpi to get in out of the weather. And in 5 years of fairly stormy weather from time to time, we've never had any problems with water getting into the electronics. The lid is a friction fit, and it's a good tight fit. You got to use your 2 hands there. And it is raccoon proof. Don't ask me how I know that. It's called the C20 because it has a 20-liter capacity. That's a little over 21 quarts. And it's big enough to fit 2 6-packs. We are able to keep a couple of days refrigerated rations. I usually put a couple of beers in there, and Debbie puts in a few of her favorite soft drinks, and just general cool groceries. There's enough for 2 people for about 3 days in there. And we use this to transport our perishables between home and the trailer. The unit came with a North American AC cord and converter brick, as well as the usual 12-volt AC power cord with the cigarette lighter adapter. And when we're moving, we keep our AlpiCool, we call him Alpi, in a special rack that I built in the rear seat behind the passenger side. And I did a video on this several years ago on how I built this, and I'll share the link for that. And it was designed so that we could travel with Alpi and our lately deceased kitty cat, so she could sit on top of it. The 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter fits pretty snugly in our truck sockets, but not so in the socket on our Suwoki 300 watt-hour lithium power station. So we use AC from our truck's onboard inverter when the engine's running, and the AC inverter on the Suwoki for long stopovers in transit. And it's worked out pretty well so far. Now, the AlpiCool C20 draws very little power, even with the power drain converting from DC to AC. And we have run this thing on our Suwoki for 3 to 4 hours on a hot summer day with the truck closed up while we stop over somewhere. And we've only suffered a 40 to 50% power drain on that battery during that time. So very, very efficient little compressor. Overall impressions after 5 years. Alpi has not disappointed. He's really quiet. Check out Slim Potatohead's power performance review on that as well. Very, very quiet. And that's even after 5 years. He gets a lot of use. And he's as efficient now as the day we unboxed him. And he is efficient. And we're glad to report that this model is still available on Amazon or direct from the manufacturer, and there's links in the description to those as well. The AlpiCool C20 cost $179 US back in 2019. Today's cost is $199 US, which is, unless I'm mistaken, is pretty competitive with other models of similar capacity. Here's a disclaimer though. We use Alpi as a refrigerator only. AlpiCool touts their products as refrigerator freezer, but Slim Potatohead's performance test exposed weaknesses in that area. So I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll take a look at some of our other videos as well. See you soon.